Okay, so like 1 to 2 days ago, I'm pretty sure it was literally just yesterday. I just got the random idea of, seeing if running can help you relax way faster or make a little bit way more faster progress of like relaxing your body fully than just sitting down, relaxing, or like walking or anything like that. Okay. And basically, what I found out was it's kind of mind blowing, and I also had these crazy ass experiences alongside of it because I relaxed so much. And basically, I'm just gonna go straight into it. And I started off I had that theory in mind, and like I had to post my YouTube, not my YouTube, my Instagram and TikTok for the night. Be consistent like with a YouTuber or some shit, like an influencer would. And I'm getting ready for my run, and I was low-key relaxing way too much before my run. I was actually scared I was gonna relax way too much to where like I couldn't test out my theory to make it, if I ran, it would make me relax more. And I was just trusting myself, I was just trusting my intuition. And this kind of like thought just naturally came out of nowhere, and it just made me want to do so. Okay, so I film my videos and I go out for my run. I'm warming up and stuff like that. Warming up yesterday felt so amazing. Oh, it was so good because like this is the first run. Okay, the second one comes later on. Okay, basically when I was like, relaxing and stuff, like I was relaxing way more, able to get a little bit more deeper. But when I started my run, it kind of sucked. But I started off slow, okay? And one thing that I did realize is that a lot of us are running with our egos, okay? A lot of us are running from what's it called, like when we're running, we're going a little bit too fast, faster than we should be, and it's causing us to actually like not breathe in as much as we need to. And by doing so, it's just making us more tight and more in our heads and more insecure and stuff like that, especially if you're holding on to it like afterwards too. Okay. um so one thing I do recommend, if you are gonna try this out, go like take it slow, okay? Don't have your ego get in the way and stop you from making progress with this, because I genuinely think you could make a good amount of progress. Okay, either way, it's really beneficial for you to go run too, because you're increasing your, oxygen intake. Your bloodstream is gonna be way better. Your blood flow is gonna be way better because you're getting that oxygen to your blood, which is where it's supposed to be. Okay, when we're not breathing enough, we're like really tight in like our bodies, and it kind of feels like it's a gel cell. Okay, I want you to imagine that any part of your body that like feels tight right now, like if you took a deep breath in, like just relax a little bit more. But if you take a deep breath in, you're naturally gonna feel like a little bit more tight, and like all this tightness, it's gonna be on your face, your neck, your body, or somewhere. Okay, unless you're like fully healed and you're like always in the present moment all the time, then I probably don't expect you to be on this YouTube video, because you probably already know what you're doing. But if you're someone who needs some guidance and like needs some help with their like breathing, how to get better with girls and stuff like that, this video is basically for you. Okay, and so I start off my run, I go a little bit slow, and I'm running, I'm just relaxing, and I'm like, okay, where do I want to go run to? Okay, because I didn't really have a destination. My body just told me to go run, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go run. And sometimes you have to trust yourself that like enough for you to go do that. Okay, so I went on my run, and I'm running, and there's like a new neighborhood being built behind my neighborhood. Okay, so I usually take that route to go to my work and stuff like that, because it's kind of uphill, and then like I like riding my bike downhill and like zooming past the traffic light and some shit sometimes. But sometimes I have to wait, but it's okay. I'm not in a rush. So I'm running up the hill, and then eventually like I just start walking. Okay, like it's because I'm not breathing properly, and I'm going a little too fast for myself. Okay, this is where like the ego plays in, and like I had to tell myself like, no, like I'm gonna walk so I can catch my breath, so I can relax a little bit more and go on. Okay, I'm pretty sure yeah, so as I'm like walking and stuff, there's a car that pulls up behind me, like is taking the back roads, because Loki, they have free will. They can do whatever they want. But I remember like it reminded me of a time where like past me would have probably been like, scared, anxious, or like been like, oh fuck, why is this person here? They're ruining my time, right? And in that moment, I was just like, oh shit, like I gotta get out the road. This person's like, they're coming, right? And like I was wearing all black, probably not the brightest decision, but like, I dressed for like comfortability and also like something I'm gonna be confident in. And I knew probably like later on in the run I was gonna take off my shirt because that's usually what happens. But I didn't take off my shirt this time. Very interesting. Okay. And I'm like walking up the hill, relaxing a bit. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run over to this new neighborhood that's kind of being built. It's kind of under construction because I just wanted to explore someplace new. But I kind of been there before, riding my bike and like running a little bit more. But like, you can always just re-experience something over and over again and experience it as if the first time, because like I'm pretty sure monks, what they do is they try to increase their awareness. Every day it might be like habit over habit over habit and like routine and stuff like that, right? Like even if I go to work and take the same route every day, it's still different each time I do it. We just aren't really aware of it and we necessarily don't care about it. Okay. And I can see why you don't care about it because you're like, oh, like bummer. But like I feel like if you can experience and be in the present moment and experience something new, I feel like it could actually be, something to look forward to, like something to like experience and like you always kind of get something new at the same time, right? So life is never really boring. Okay, you don't get used to the same old routine, and I think it's very important for you to like go out your way, maybe go a different route to work, or like maybe go a different different route at school to get your classes or anything of the sorts like that. Okay, because like it's always good to find new places and like map out the place you are, because like you think you know a place until you actually know a place and like you walk through it and experience, right? You can see something in the distance, be like, oh yeah, I see it, it's okay, but like you haven't walked up and actually like touched it or anything like that, so you haven't really experienced it in the first place. We think we know, but like our ego gets in the way and it stops us. Okay, that's another thing I learned from deep breathing and relaxing. Okay. Okay, so I'm running, or like I start to run again. I hit flow state. I'm going downhill, so like my body naturally just like fucking the flash in this bitch, the flash. um, and as I'm running, hold on, let me get this out of my pocket. It kind of feels uncomfortable. I didn't notice it until now, but it's my freaking AirPod case. Low key, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like things in my pocket no more. It just feels weird. It feels uncomfortable and ugh, especially like if you're wearing like something baggy and like you have like your phone or some shit and it's just like hitting your thigh over and over again. I'm like, I'm good, bro. So it's rather like I have my backpack with me or like I have my phone in my hand or some shit. But that's just like some weird thing about me. I don't know. Maybe you might find yourself a little bit more comfortable if you take stuff out of your pocket. Because recently I went to the movie theater, I took out my all this stuff in my pockets and I put it in like this baby seat. Okay, and I know it sounds crazy because like I was like, oh shit, like in my head I thought they were like containers to put your stuff in like for the movie, right? Since we're watching it in 4D, so like the things move all over the place, and I was like, oh shit. And then my friends over here is like, dude, that's a baby seat. And I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna use it for whatever. Like sometimes you have to have the confidence to do that. And like, who really thinks of that shit, right? And it's really fun. And past me would have probably been like insecure and like stuff like that. But like now me, like I'm just like calm, confident, and like not really overthinking about every little thing. Cause like I saw the use in that item, right? I saw like it can there's so many other things that can be used for like something else, right? And I'm like, okay, like I'm still gonna go take it to the thing and like put my stuff in it so I can be more comfortable during the movie. And I enjoyed the movie way more, and so on. you know so yeah. Okay, so I just, I don't know, I listen to like this inner voice. I'm like, okay, where am I gonna go now? And as I'm going, I'm just like, you know what? I kind of just want to walk. If it feels good to walk right now. Okay, so I just walk. I'm not overthinking about it. Even though I said I would go on the run and go test the theory, I also have to test out if walking is also going to be like a viable solution, which low key I think it is, because like maybe the running part does come into it too. Okay, the running does come into it. Okay, so I think it's a yes and no, but it kind of contradicts one another. It just depends on your goal and how like you see it as. Okay, there's so many different solutions to this one question, so I'm just gonna give you all the ones that I saw or what I experiencing. Okay, so I'm walking, and as I'm walking, I'm deep breathing, relaxing, like my chest is puffing out. You kind of have to move when you're breathing. If you're not moving, then you're probably not breathing enough, and I'm sorry, man, you're probably tired. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. Like I was there once too. Who says you can't be spend some time focusing on your breath so you can improve your life in the future? Like, even if you're working on a business right now, you can still focus on your breath, relax a little bit more, and then eventually you'll just be so relaxed to where you make the best possible decision possible. Okay, and I think that's very beautiful. And I want more people to experience this with me, because like all the top people, like all the top artists, all the like Travis Scott, fuck, Little Wayne, fuck, I don't know, like Tyler the Creator, for my Lover Boys, all that stuff, like mini me's. Literally, like, I don't know, they all experience the same thing, and it's all because they relaxed, and they speak about it through their music, and that's how they build such a strong connection with their audience, because like they've been through that, they know what they're going through, and then like they're reaching the other side of like relaxation, calming down so much where they can like experience life fully, and like they're not even thinking about what's going on through their head. And like they don't even have to think before they speak, they just speak, and what comes out is just amazing. Okay, and this is also where like a lot of your creative energy comes from too. If you're trying to get more creative, say with your business, or like get better with girls and stuff like that, you do need to be creative, and like you have to express your creative gift. And especially like with girls, right, a lot of them are walking inspirations. Okay, some girls not might not inspire you to go do this one thing, but other girls, I'm telling you, they are very inspiring. Okay, like if you see a beautiful girl, it just breathe in deeply, and it's kind of like taking her feminine energy, like, and be grateful for seeing such a beautiful girl, and like take that energy, give it to your girl. Hold on, I'm still relaxing while we're doing this right now, because like it's a lifelong thing. um like, take that energy that you felt like of her improving your day, and then like give it to someone else, and that's basically giving your gift. Okay, and there's so many different forms of giving your gift. You can give it to your girl, you can give it to this person, you can give it to your mom, you can give it to so many people. And the beautiful thing is like when you give it out, you feel way more happy, you feel way more satisfied, and once you feel this way, you feel more rational, you're going to be making better decisions, you're actually going to give more, because you feel like you have everything you already want, because you stop desiring as much and you just start attracting. Okay, it's like impossible for you to like not attract when you feel good 24/7. You know what I mean? And the one way you're going to do this is by relaxing. And I think it's very important to relax, and like this is why I'm like cutting off everything else, like about like talking about girls, relationships, any of the stuff like that. And like I'm being dead set on like trying to teach all this, because I think the school system kind of like sucks. Okay, I'm sorry, like it does not teach you how to be a proper human being, it doesn't teach you who you want to be, who are you as a person. They don't teach you how to relax, they just teach you read numbers, and like like I still think school is important, don't get me wrong. Okay, history is important, we got to learn from our past and so on, but they also need to implement like deep breathing, relaxing stuff, because a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, and like I might have not gone through the same stuff that you have, and low key it's okay. Okay, we can still connect, we still go through hard times. I had plenty of hard times, I had plenty of heartbreaks, I had plenty of all this stuff, and I'm telling you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, all you have to do is just like experience and deep breathe as much. We're not breathing enough, and you need to breathe in more than you actually think, and by doing so, you're going to be like a 10 out of 10 amazing person by doing so. Okay, you're naturally just going to attract everything you want: money, girls, whatever, even popularity, even the status. That's basically what everyone else is doing. Travis Scott, Lil Wayne, freaking Tyler the Creator, um Yeet. He's able to connect with his audience because he expresses himself through his work. I feel like that's something that we all need to do as well. And I low-key got sidetracked from, the run and stuff, but like I'm being genuine, and like you can probably tell like I do care about this stuff, because why else am I just sitting on this camera just for people to watch and then like not take it, right? But like I'm just doing this because like people need to know about this, and I'm gonna be the one to teach them this, if not, okay? If no one else is going to, I might as well. And I know there's a lot of people out here who are showing you the way, showing you the path, affirmations, relaxing, and so on. But the only way you're gonna heal from your trauma and stuff like that is by deep breathing. And it's gonna hurt. I'm telling you, it's gonna hurt. Like, so many nights I passed out, you know so many nights my neck was tight, my back was tight, like I couldn't even sleep, and I was just like, you know what, let me just get up and just like start deep breathing, relaxing, and so on. And I'm still making progress to this day. I spend like almost 2-3 months doing this, like trying to focus on it almost every day, and I'm only recently getting the benefits. Okay, I'm telling you now that this is the most important journey if you are trying to be someone great, someone successful, someone uplifting, brave, or someone, something like that in this lifetime. Okay, and it's very important. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the run now. So I forgot where I was, but as I'm walking and like relaxing a little bit more, my brain tells me, let's go swing, because like there's the neighborhood that's being built right behind mine, there's like a new park, and I went there like plenty of times before, riding my bike, relaxing, just wanting to be alone, having alone time, right? Because I'm kind of like introverted, but like I can also be extroverted, right? I like spending time by myself because it gives me time to like see who I am, and a lot of times when I'm by myself, I see God. And I feel like, well, only recently, not a lot of times, but like when you're by yourself, you basically see who you are, and I feel like you kind of need to see God as inside of you, and the only way for you to listen is by being by yourself and being in silence. Okay, that's the only way you're gonna listen to the creative version of you, the rational version of you, basically the God, the inner Athena. Okay, and that's what I did. So I was walking, I just kept on walking, and I eventually reached the park, and I just start swinging for like 5 minutes. I'm listening to music the entire time while I'm doing this, and I'm listening to this sad song. I don't. It's kind of like a sad song, but like it reminded me of a time, whatever. Like I kind of liked it, and like sometimes like I just enjoy like sad music. It's good to like experience some sad music, or like some calming music or something like that, so you can like be grateful for what you have. That's why I think it's good to cry and express your emotions and all that good stuff. But um what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I just feel like laying down, okay? And I feel like a lot of people in this scenario wouldn't have laid down. Okay, especially like in the chips, like the play place chips, you know what I mean? Like at parks and stuff, like they probably wouldn't have laid down in there. And but like my intuition, like my body was like, let's lay down, okay? So I was like, okay, I trust myself. I'm just gonna lay down on the floor. I actually took a video, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to lay down. And I was like, y'all could probably call me crazy or whatever, but I don't care. I'm doing what I want, okay? Hashtag, I'm about to meditate on the floor. I don't know. I just really wanted to look at the stars, bro. Or, I don't think you can see it, but it's beautiful for me. So, yeah, that's about it. So I'm laying down. I'm relaxing a little bit deeper. I get a little bit more deeper, and I'm like, you know what? Kind of like the grass would probably feel better and way softer than this. So I get up, I grab my stuff, and I go. What's it called? Oh, I go lay down in the grass. Okay, as I'm laying down in the grass, I basically just relax a little bit more. My neck was really tight, and like the back of my head was really tight. It's still kind of tight right now, but that's, again, I'm still healing as making this video right now. Um, and I'm just laying on the floor, and I'm just looking at the sky, the beautiful stars, and as I'm looking up, okay, I like breathe in so deeply, like I'm breathing in like way deeper than you think, okay, way deeper, and I'm like relaxing so much, and I pass out. And as I look, like I come back from passing out, I see this fucking, like I'm looking at the stars, right? I just start seeing all these stars appear out of nowhere, and there's like a little like flash behind him, right? Like imagine the Flash, right? You know how like there's a trail since he's so flash, right? Like he's the speed of light. It's kind of like that, and I was like, "What the fuck? How did I never see these before?" And like I'm looking up in the sky, and like all the stars have like these little trail behind them. I'm like, "Holy shit, that's fire as fuck, right?" And as I'm like looking at this, I'm like experiencing everything, and then like everything. If you ever watched the Limitless movie, which is a fire ass movie, I feel like a lot of people would, especially a lot of guys, would get inspired by it. But basically, like in the movie, he sees like after he takes the pill, he just starts to see like everything, like even like behind him, which is crazy. And that's something I was kind of experiencing too. And I was like, what the fuck? And like I'm just here, and I'm like relaxing a little bit more, breathing out like, you know, and like all like it just like everything just like whoosh. I don't know how to explain it, but like my consciousness felt like out of this world, or like of the world, and it's crazy. Okay, and a lot of I wouldn't have been able to experience that if I wasn't so relaxed. Okay, so I'm telling you, relaxing is very important. But like, you know, I was like, holy shit, like what is this? And then like eventually I get to the state where like you know, also like when you're laying in the grass and stuff like that, you kind of feel itchy. So like when I like before I was laying in the grass, I was like questioning if I should or not, because like it's kind of itchy, and like, you know, I wouldn't feel good. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna test my theory if I can relax while like laying in this grass right now, because like imagine our great ancestors, they used to probably lay in the grass like all day, like, you know, have fun, go run, go play, go swing, go like jump, and like, you know, run around, you know, play tag with all the little kids, right? Like when we were younger, we would always be outside and stuff, and like now we're just like trapped in our rooms. Basically, if you just like you know, I was just like seeing if like, you know, I knew it was gonna be uncomfortable. Like I was just gonna see if I could like relax and like be comfortable being someplace where it's uncomfortable. And I did prove that theory. Like I did prove it right. I was like, okay, like yes, it makes so much sense. Like I'm able to do it, and by doing so, I'm just really good like that. You know. Um. Okay. Yeah. So after a while of doing that, I'm pretty sure it's like around like 12:54 some shit. I finally get up, and then I am like, I don't even know. It's crazy. I just like have nothing going through my head right now, and I relax so much, and I'm just so calm right now. And I'm so grateful I came out here. And I also have like a 10 out of 10 idea, where the idea is like, what if we're just in our like our rooms too much, so like our consciousness is only like a room's length, right? And that's why when people go out in nature, they have like a way bigger space and like way more awareness, because it's way more opened up outside, and you don't really feel so closed off, you know? Like I feel like in public, like when you get anxious and stuff, you just feel so closed off, and you feel like you can't look past a certain part, so you just look at the floor, you know? I used to look at the floor like all the time, and I was like, bro, you know, and it really messed up my breathing. So like make sure you roll back your shoulders, and I'm telling you, breathe deeper, way deeper. Like I'm talking about way deeper than you think. Okay, it's gonna take a lot of breaths, but once you get to this state, I'm telling you, life is just gonna manifest like that. Okay, it's gonna be like a slingshot. Okay, just prepare. And yeah, I don't know, I love y'all. Bye. Like my body's like, okay, let's walk back to the house. Okay, I'm walking back to the house, I'm deep breathing, you know, I'm relaxing, and I'm just taking everything in. I'm just like, oh, I'm so grateful for everything, you know, I'm enjoying, I'm taking everything in. And you know, I'm walking, and when I'm walking past this one house, I knew the light was gonna flash like beforehand, because in the past, like I went by their house like on my bike or like on runs before, and their light would flash on. And you know, I'm like on the sidewalk, and like past me would have probably just avoided that part, you know, being of like the light flashing on me or some shit, or like, you know, getting filmed. But like me now is just like, I don't care, man. Like that light ain't doing nothing. They're probably asleep, they're probably safe. Like okay, You know, I'm not doing anything bad, so why feel guilty, you know? So I'm just walking by, and like I walk all the way to my house. I'm relaxing way more. I kind of had to stop here and there because like I breathe in too much, and like when you breathe in too much, you kind of pass out. And when you pass out, like you don't really see anything. But now when I pass out, I it's kind of like more less like I actually see more when I pass out, which is crazy. Which is another theory that I'm gonna go into later. Okay. Um. Okay. So I walk to my house. I get home. You know, I shower. I get my food ready, and then I text this girl, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like, I'm so relaxed right now, and you know, I forgot what I said to her. I forgot what I texted her, but I was like, I'm so relaxed right now. It feels so good. And then Loki, I was just like, I wanted to cuddle with somebody right then and there. I was like, fuck. You know, like it's been a while since I cuddled somebody, so I was like, you know, I kind of miss that, right? And sometimes we do need like human connection, so I'm like, okay. And what I really just wanted was like just some girl, like somebody to just like lay on me, and like we just sit there and just like pass out together. And yeah, like it just even visualizing or like experiencing something like that just makes you, I don't know, it makes you feel good. Okay. And I genuinely desired that right then and there. And I was playing Fortnite with my friend. I wasn't really talking that much. He was kind of like not talking that much because like he didn't really feel good. And I was like, okay. And yeah, so eventually I forgot what time I passed out, but like I passed out like 5 4 a.m. or some shit. Then I wake up. Oh my gosh, when I okay, when I wake up, okay, what's it called? Fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, when I wake up, I swear to God, I thought I freaking I look at my phone and it says 8:30, and I was like, ain't no way it's already 8:30 in the afternoon. So I was like, holy shit, how'd I like sleep through it the entire day? And like, it just felt like I teleported. But like, luckily today, it was like my, you know, my day off or something. So I was like, you know, it's not a big deal, right? I done it before. I slept till like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. It's not a big deal, okay? Low key, it's better to sleep and like wake up whenever you want, okay? Because that's when you generally want to get up, okay? I feel like our alarms and stuff are just like stopping us from generally like experiencing stuff like that, okay? Sorry about that. What was I gonna go on to? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, low key, I think relaxing is way more important than sleep itself. Okay, but once you relax, your sleep is gonna improve anyway. So might as well just focus on relaxing and relaxing. Like I'm telling you, like this is like this is the key to life. Okay, is relaxing. Okay, and I would probably die on that, but you know, because like you can relax if you're relaxed and like you're still doing your purpose, right? You're still working your job, you're still going out, you know, doing your business, like doing working on your business, you're still studying, learning new things at the same time, and like you feel good while you're doing it. Obviously you're gonna be more attractive, you're gonna have way more than someone else who is gonna be like, oh poor me, I don't have anything, blah 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 blah. And trust me, that used to be me. I used to be the victim in the scenario of all the times. But yeah, so if you're trying to improve your sleep, relax. Don't be in a rush. Slow down, and I'm telling you, like if you just stop thinking, you're or I think the more relaxed, the more like the less thoughts you're gonna have, which is obviously better for you. Okay, you're gonna desire less, which means you're not really needy, and when you're not really needy, you can actually attract what you want. Okay. So I think everything ties back down to relaxing and the breath. So maybe that might be a wake up call for you to practice it and go for yourself and like, you know, try it out. See if Zach is right, which I'm pretty sure I am right. Like I know I am, but like, you know, you don't know until you know, right? Because you have to experience it for yourself. Because I've been on the internet like thousands of times. People are telling me, relax, do this, deep breathe, relax, meditate, do this, and then I wasn't able to like understand what they were saying until I actually experienced it and relaxed, you know, which is crazy, right? So yeah, I go back to sleep because I'm like, you know, I'm still tired, right? I just had to get up, got to go pee. I come back, just go back, just I go to sleep, you know. I think I cleaned my room before I went back to sleep though, like just a little bit, not too much, because like I was like, you know what, future me is gonna be grateful for it. Okay, that's what I did. I went back to sleep. I woke up at like I forgot what time I woke up, but I don't really think that matters. But long story short, like I was deep breathing, relaxing way more, and my brain told me to go test that theory again. Okay, so 2 runs in within a span of like 2 days. Okay, so what I do is I go get ready, and like I'm deep breathing, relaxing. I'm not really in a rush to go for this run. Like again, like I don't rush anymore. Okay, like I do it when I do it, and I get there when I get there. So like I don't overly think of like a time to get to someplace. Okay, because if I think of a time, that's limiting myself, and when I limit myself, it's like I don't really feel like open, or like I feel really stagnant and like really closed off. Okay, that's something that, like, especially if you're impatient, it's because you're in your head giving yourself a limit. Okay, literally just let it unfold, and stuff will happen. Just give it time. Okay, it doesn't have to be done right now. It doesn't have to be done 5 days ago. It doesn't have to be done in like 10 days. It can be done within like a year or so, right? Just don't limit yourself. Okay, relax, slow down, and take everything in, and be grateful for what you have right now. Desire less, and once you desire less, you will obviously grow, thrive, and have a big influence in this lifetime. Okay, you're gonna actually provide a lot of value, and once you provide that value, you're gonna get so much in return. Okay. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I'm about to go for my run, so I'm about to go tell my parents. I walk to my parents. I'm like, hey, I'm about to go run. I tell them, and I see that my dad had his friend over, and I never really met this guy before, and I saw him, and like past me would have been like really insecure, really scared to go like talk to them or anything like that. But like me now, like who's calm, relaxed, and so on, I was like, what's your name, or like something, right? Because like you're meeting someone new, you don't know their name, you don't know what's going on, and so on. Okay, so like I asked him what his name was, and then he gets up, he walks up to me, and he gives me a handshake. I give him a handshake, and I'm like, I'm Zach, and his name is, let's call him like Kevin in the scenario. And I said, nice to meet you. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta go, because like I I do what I want, so I didn't really want to be in that scenario, talking and stuff like that. So I just left. I just left, and I went to my restroom. I was like trying to relax to pee, because like I had a little bit more pee left, and sometimes you just gotta pee before you run. You have to use the restroom. You have to do this and do that. Like actually be prepared for the run. So what I was doing was I was deep breathing and like relaxing while I was peeing, and it goes for a little bit, and then eventually like I go outside. I do my warm up, and what was it? Oh yeah, as I'm doing my warm up, it feels really amazing. I don't have my headphones on again, and so on. But hold on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I have to go pee, and so I can like finish the video. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna get a blanket though, because it's kind of cold in my room. Hashtag yes, it's a blue blanket. Hashtag my mommy got this in Texas like a while ago. I don't know if you're interested, but yeah. Anyways, so I start off my run. I'm trying to like go slow, because I learned my lesson from yesterday, and I was like, yesterday I went a little too fast. Might as well go a little bit slower this time. Okay. I go run, and like I'm relaxing, and as I'm running, I turn the corner, and then I go in, like I'm kind of running in my neighborhood a little bit. And as I'm running, I just look over to like the windows, like cuz stuff like that. And like I wasn't like peeping or anything like that, but like I naturally just saw it, because like their lights were on, and on their TV they were playing Fortnite, and like bro was just popping like a big pot. I was like, oh shit, bro. That's so real, because like Loki, I play Fortnite too, and I was like, fuck, bro, that guy's a Chad, and it kind of made me smile. It made me feel good, and I was like, oh shit, I'm also part of like the community of like people, like multiple people do this stuff, right? Like I do this, and then other people do it too, right? So you're kind of connected by that too. And I just felt really happy, and like I'm just continuing my run, and then like I hit flow state, and then I don't feel anything, like I feel my body like fully, and then like I go a little bit too fast and like overstimulate myself, so I have to like relax a little bit more. But like I'm going slow, and then like I'm running. What's it called? Okay, yeah. So I go. Here's my house. I go this way, then I go straight, like taking the curve. Then I see the people playing Fortnite. I go back and like kind of go like this way, right? And then I don't think y'all are gonna see what I'm saying right now, but I eventually go straight, and then I go left to where like making like a kind of like a snake shape, right? And I'm going this way. As I'm going this way, there's like two kids on their like scooters. I'm like, oh fuck, um this is probably gonna be awkward right now, because like because like trust me, like I could probably sense what they're thinking, but like past me would have been like, oh shit, I don't really want to run by these kids or anything like that. But me now, like I just didn't care. I was like, okay. I probably made them anxious or some scared, because like some random guy running at like at nighttime, like 9, I think it was like 9:40 or some shit, like 10, around 10, and so on, like wearing all black. Scared the fuck out of him. But I told the kid I liked his scooter, but I don't like. If you were in that situation, wouldn't you like probably be anxious, and like if the guy actually said something to you, like what do you think you would say? Okay, I think he kind of froze up and like he didn't say anything, so I was just like, oh, he said no, and I just continued running because like I wasn't gonna stop just because of that, right? And I'm just running. I'm running. I go back to the outskirts again, because like the roads and stuff. It's just like really like plain stuff. Like since the neighborhood is being built right now, so like we have the roads, we just don't have the like houses and stuff yet. Okay, so I'm running, and then like I go up to the top of the hill. I think I start walking, because like I'm like, okay, like let me just walk, and I'm just walking, enjoying myself. I don't know exactly where I'm going, but then like in my head, I'm like, what if I go to my workplace and just ask for some water? And then like after that, I can just go to the rooftop and meditate. And I was like, okay, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Jesus Christ. I'm relaxing so much right now. um what's it called? Oh yeah, so I take the same route to my work like almost every day, like riding my bike, because it's kind of like uphill and like I go downhill and stuff like that. So I know like there's pavement going down, but like the grass is kind of overgrown. Okay, like I'm talking like taller than me type deal, and I'm like 6 foot, like 6'1" or some shit. I don't know. I low-key don't care. I'm probably taller now since I'm more relaxed. Low-key, if you're trying to get tall as fuck and you're practicing deep breathing, just relax, man. Like your body's gonna whoosh, you know. But like Loki, I was kind of hesitant about going to where I work, and I was like kind of anxious, or not anxious, but like I had like a little bit of doubt. But like I wasn't overthinking it, so I just naturally just go through it, and like I kind of like run across the street just to like what's it called? Because I got a random burst of energy just to run across the street, and so I did. Either way, I'd cross the street. And then I reach the light, and I'm just waiting there, and I just walk. I keep on walking, and as I'm walking, there's this girl. Um, like I finally reached my spot, right, my destination of like where I work, and there's this girl who pulls up through her car, and she looks at me and she waves at me, and like I have my phone out. Like this is the part where like I have my phone out, and I'm like, what's it called? Fuck. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just yapping to like my phone, because like I'm like an influencer, right? And I was just like giving myself like ideas for like the future, like maybe I could post these to help people, you know what I mean? And like it was just like natural flow state right then and there. So I was like, okay, I just brought out my phone, start talking, and then like this girl pulls up through the drive-through, and like she's about to pull into the drive-through, and like she sees me, and she waves at me, and I wave at her too. I'm like, oh shit, it's her, and I was like, oh, I was like nice to her, and like I'm telling the camera like, oh, I was nice to her one time, and like I bought her food because like her card, she didn't have her card on her or something, like she lost her card, and like the phone was like, well, I didn't explain all of that, but like I'm explaining it now. Like she lost her card, and like I was like, it's only like 7-8 bucks, it's very cheap, right? And I was like, okay, maybe I could get like an Instagram follower or some shit from it, and looky, like I gained like a friend, or kind of like a friend, or like someone to like look out for me, right? And like I have so many people to do that, especially like when I go to work, like all these people, like consistent customers, all these kids, they respect me. They're like, oh, they look up to me, and like I inspire them so much. And sometimes I get anxious, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want to talk to these people right now, because like, I don't want to. It's kind of like success, right? Like I have too much success. Like people are gonna see me everywhere, and like sometimes I just want to be invisible. I want to be left alone. These are the times when I mainly don't feel good, and like I'm mainly in my head. And relaxing actually helps you get out of your head and stuff like that. So another reason why. But it's just like the pressure of like living up to everyone's expectations and like over and over again. And I just, it's kind of annoying. It's not that good. Maybe I should just stop caring and like but like sometimes I do want to talk to them. I'm like, oh shit, like I want to know what's going on in your life, because like I genuinely care about y'all. And yeah. But she waves at me and pulling up to work to get some water and surprising them. I don't think they care about being surprised. Hi, hey, yo, that was some girl I was nice to one time. That's crazy. But yeah. And I walk in and I'm like, I need a water, okay? And I'm like, I tell them to give me like a large water, and they give it to me, and I feel like, you know, we usually charge people for waters, which is bullcrap, because how are you gonna charge someone for water? But yeah. So I asked for a large one, and they come up to the front, because like a lot of people that I work with like look up to me. Like I talk to them, like I'm kind of like friends with like mostly everybody, okay? And they come up, they're talking, the manager's talking to me. I'm like, can you give me a water, please? And I'm like, I'll be so grateful. I think I said that. Hopefully I said that. Well, if not, then I'm grateful for them now, okay? Might as well experience it. And she gives me the water, and then my friend comes up, and let's call him Michael, okay? Michael comes up, and oh wait, hold on, let's call him LeBron James, okay? So LeBron James comes up, and he's talking to me. He's like, "Oh, why are you here?" And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm about to go to the roof. Just chill up there, meditate, relax. I just came to get some water." Cause like I was running, and like my mouth was kind of getting dry or something, and like I didn't drink that much water. Not until like later on in the day, and I was like, okay. So I get the cup, and then like they're talking, and then like it kind of seemed like they wanted to talk to me, but I was like, you know what? I got someplace to be, and I was like, I gotta go. I'm gonna go to the roof, relax, and chill, okay? And the roof is someplace that we're not supposed to be, okay? And as I'm walking towards the place, like I'm gonna go climb up and something like that, um, I bring out my phone, and like I'm so relaxed, and I'm just talking. I'm just like talking. I'm like blah 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 blah. La la la. Like I low-key give out some good advice, and I think I said something along the lines of fuck, I forgot. Here, I'll just play the clip for y'all, like maybe like right now or some shit. I don't know. Future Zach, right here. Play the clip. Mission successful. I just got it. No, y'all can't know where I work. I think most of y'all already do, but I don't care. Anyways, I'm gonna go chill up on this roof and probably meditate and relax, low key. I don't know. I just got thirsty. I was like, let's just go chill. Maybe like going out for a run is just like really you just going out to enjoy time alone and relaxing, and like some quiet time. So you're not always trapped in your room, because I know a lot of times we get trapped in our rooms and like we need to do a lot of stuff, but we don't really get to relax and be out in nature. And sometimes I feel like our consciousness is like associated to our room, right? So let's say like I grew up in like a small space, then I would obviously try and take a smaller space when I was like in public and stuff like that, because like my consciousness, it doesn't go that far, and we're not really that aware. So I think being outside actually helps you mentally and emotionally, so that there's more to the world than just whatever's going on in your head. But yeah, maybe I'm just weird, but I don't want to be like anyone else. And that's crazy. I feel like it takes a lot of balls to say that, Or not really, especially for the people who have high egos, but you know, life is low-key not sad, and I'm grateful to be out here tonight. I'm finna go look up at the stars after I'm just chilling. Alright, bye. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna imagine like the clip is playing. Basically after that, okay, like after that I'm just chilling, you know, like I give out the advice and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, I put my water down and I just climb up the ladder. Like it's supposed to be scary, right? But I feel like a lot of people, especially like in moments of like something like you're doing that something you're not supposed to, and you know, this is the part where like it shows a lot of confidence and like the free will for you to actually do what you genuinely want to do. And you know, my body like my mind told me like I need to get to the top. Okay, so I get to the top. So like I just climb up and like past me would have been over it, like insecure, like it really in my head. And you're like, oh shit, like what if a car's coming or anything like that. But at the end of the day, 99% of the people do not give a flying fuck what you're doing. Holy shit. Like a lot of people do not care. Okay, they have their own problems. Sometimes they're not even aware of what you're doing, and like the only times that you are going to like make them aware or something like that is when you're overthinking, right? So I want you to imagine this, okay? Imagine the version of me who like climbs up the like without like overthinking everything and like right there, right? But now imagine the version of me who is like up there like halfway, right? And then I'm like overthinking. I see a car and then like, oh, I get paranoid and like, you know, I'm just sitting there like I just freeze, right? Which one's gonna be more likely to get caught? The second version of me who's freaking out and like panicking and like, you know, making it happen. That's literally just manifesting it to where it happens. Okay, your body language is gonna change. People are gonna make you think of you more sketched out. But like if I walked up, like climbed it with confidence, nobody's gonna bat an eye. Nobody gives a fuck. Like what? And it takes a lot of free will and a lot of confidence for you to do that. And it kind of reminds me of Tyler Durden and you know the narrator. If you ever watch Fight Club, Loki, you should watch it. That shit fire as fuck. But Loki, you kind of need like the second version of yourself who's like really calm, rational. Like there's two sides of you. There's irrational and the rational side of you. The rational side of me was just like me going up, like oh, like I wasn't even rushing to get up. I was just like up there, and I got up right. And after as I get up, I'm on the roof. I take another video. It's like blacked out or some shit because like I didn't have the flash on and I wasn't filming on Snap, so I was like okay. And then I go to so the roof is like right here, and then there's like another part where you can go a little bit more up right here. And I wanted the toppest, highest view because like you know I deserve the best in life, right? I tell myself I deserve the best. I'm gonna go get the best, okay? So but the only way to get up was like some sketchy ass ladder. Okay, I'm gonna play the video like right now, like okay, we made it up on the roof. But that's not the final boss. I have to climb up this sketchy ass ladder to get all the way up to here so I can get the peak view, you know? So I can meditate, relax, and just enjoy life while not desiring much because I don't know. But it just feels good. And low-key, maybe you should go out too. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm imagining that you already watched that shit. Okay, basically, yeah, like you see that ladder, like that shit is so scary to get up, but like it was very easy for me. Like I wasn't overthinking it. I low got up it with ease, and like you know, I get up, I'm at the top. I take another video. I'm like, oh, we made it to the top. You know, highest in the room type shit, like Travis Scott, and like I'm gonna play that video right now. You know? Hashtag we made up this John. I low got wet, but we made it a peak view, top view, highest in the room type shit. Travis Scott, who knows, but I'm gonna enjoy it and look up at the stars, see all the stars appearing, and yeah, bye. You know? Imagine like you saw that shit, but like like that sketchy ass ladder. I make it to the top. I feel like a Chad. I'm all the way at the top, and then at that state, like after like I'm done filming both videos, I'm just laying there on the floor, like on the floor, just looking up at the sky and just seeing like taking everything in, and like as I'm deep breathing and relaxing way more and more, I keep on getting like these flashes, like on my like side POV of like all these lights everywhere. Okay, like I'm telling like everywhere. Okay, when you like I don't know, they just randomly just pop up and I'm like, what the fuck is that, right? And I'm looking at the sky, looking at the stars, and this is the time where like I saw the god eye. I would say it's kind of crazy, like I kind of passed out, and like when I pass out, like I'm coming back, right? And I just see like a star right there, and then like the clouds are kind of like an eye shape. I don't know how to describe it, but like it's kind of like an oval, and it kind of like reflected as an eye, like looking back at me. And then like in my consciousness or like my subconscious or like in my brain, I just like saw like this big ass like creature, like this god, right? Like maybe you can imagine like Zeus or some shit, and like his eyeball just like looking so big, looking down at me, and I was like, holy shit. And then like my body like naturally opens up, so like I'm like naturally relaxing way more, going deeper, deeper, breathing out, relaxing more, and then eventually I get up, like well, hold on, I'm kind of rushing a bit. um I get up, and I look at my phone, and I think of LeBron, right? LeBron James, right? And like I was like, oh shit, he's probably getting off right now. And I look up, and I literally see him downwards, and I was like, oh, I text him, I see you, and then what's it called? I see you, and I was like, enjoy your freedom, because like I understood that he was like grounded, and like he probably doesn't feel like he has all this freedom because like he kind of wants to quit his job. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He doesn't want to like show up every day, and that used to be me too. Like I totally understand. Like you get tired, you get exhausted, and it feels like nobody understands. But like it feels like you're working all these hours, but in fact you're just not relaxing enough, and like you're just being irrational. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Enjoy your freedom, man, because I felt so free in that moment. I felt like so happy. And I text him that, or I just text him, I see you, enjoy your freedom. And like he doesn't text me until later on, and I wasn't really thinking about it. I just text him, I was like, okay. But like I see him walking, stuff like that. And in my head, like in that moment, I was like, what if like James, LeBron James, what if LeBron James, like, comes up and tries to like scare me or some shit? But like he doesn't know if I'm up here or not, right? Like what if he just comes up just to come up, right? And he told me later on that like he said that he was gonna go up and scare me. And I was like, what the fuck? Am I predicting the future, or like am I manifesting or like creating that shit like happening, right? And I don't know. Either way it happened, right? Like I had the thought of it and it just happened. And like, and I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, so like I'm just deep breathing, relaxing more. And this is like maybe 30, 40 minutes later on. I'm listening like Tyler the Creator, Lil Wayne, She Will, or some shit. And I get this random idea to like text this girl. Cause like earlier today, like I texted her in the morning. I was like, hey, do you know what I want right now or some shit? And I kind of like went back to sleep or something. Or did I go back to sleep? No, I think I went to go do some stuff, relax more. And then later on, I text her. I was like, oh, I don't want anything right now. It Loki feels inspired to like relax or some shit. And what happened? Fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, so I was like, you know what? This might actually give me some Oreo, yeah, Oreo. This might actually give me some aura, and like be more mysterious. If I was like, I bet you can't guess. Like literally, she texted something, or like I told her to like later on. Earlier in the day, I told her to like go check outside. Like the sky is so beautiful, it kind of looks like cotton candy or some shit. Then I left her on like delivered. Like I don't have my notifications on, so I don't really see when I have Instagram notifications, TikTok, or anything like that, or like any notifications at all, even like messengers, anything. Okay. And I only text people when I want to, like generally want to. So I just forget, like I just ignore everything she says, and then I just or I go on Snapchat, I take the picture, I was like, I was like, I text her, I was like, I bet you can't guess where I'm at right now. And then I take a picture on Snapchat, and I think it says take a guess or some shit. She said like I'm at Waffle House or some shit. I'm like, nah, take a guess now or some shit. I sent her the picture of like me on top of the roof, or like, just like it wasn't like me. I could just put the picture up, but like it's just the pictures of like the buildings and stuff, because I was like still laying down, and like I just look over to the side, and that's how I got the idea. And like sometimes you get these random bursts of inspiration of like, talking to a girl like this might make you have more aura mystery or some shit. And like that's what I mean, like when you're generally doing what you want, right? That's something I generally wanted to do in that scenario. Like sometimes I'd be texting a girl and I don't even want to text her. And like sometimes, right? But like when you generally want to, you will. Okay. So I take a picture, I do that, and then like she's still kind of left on deliver right now, but I'll text her after I'm done. It's okay. She might be mad at me right now, but it's okay. It's okay. Hopefully she might be watching it. I don't know. Scare bears. I'm just like yeah, like, and it helped me be more rizzy. Like who okay, think about it like this way, right? Did she actually think I was gonna be on top of a roof right then and there? Probably not. But even though like I hinted that I was on the roof, like I just sent her a picture, I didn't say anything. I didn't tell her exactly what I was doing, right? I just like took a picture and just I'll be like, "Hey, here's a clue," right? And then she's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on, blah blah blah, like he's so interesting, right? She might actually be thinking about me like right now, like making this video just because of it, right? And yeah, like, so, oh, what's it called? Okay, this is later on, I'm relaxing a little bit more. um I sit up, like I'm sitting like right here, I'm hitting like the crisscross applesauce, type deal. Hashtag elementary school. And like, I'm still like tight and stuff like that, so I'm like still deep breathing and relaxing. And I just start looking, like gazing across the city. Like I just look straight forward, and like I'm on top of this roof so I can see everything else. And I was like really grateful in the moment, because like I just start seeing all these lights just appearing, like even like as I'm like breathing out, like some keep on appearing, and then like, everything just starts coming to like my consciousness, and like I'm actually experiencing it for what it is. And like I'm telling you, like you probably can't see all the freaking buildings, all these lights, and it kind of reminded me of like Flashing Lights by Kanye West, because Flashing Lights by Kanye West, he's like flashing lights, and I don't know, like at nighttime, the aesthetic, it was nighttime, right? And like I see all these lights, and I'm seeing them from like more distance, and the more I relax, the more I can see them in the like further right. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm so grateful to experience this. I'm so grateful I'm here right now. I'm so grateful, like everything. Like I was so happy, and like I was so grateful for everything. And like, imagine me like just relaxing there, and I just get to take everything that God has made and like created. I just see it as what it is, and it's just perfect. It's just peaceful, right? We kind of need the sadness, we kind of need the happy, because it's basically the spectrum of emotions, right? We need the sad so we can feel happy. If we just felt happy all the time, we would just feel like shit, because we're just used to it. But like if we felt sad all the time, then we obviously feel like shit. So like we need to feel sad so we can feel happy, like, cause some tension to it so we can release it, okay? And I thought that was beautiful, like, and that's kind of like, we have this thought of like good and bad, oh, like this person's a really good person because they did such and such, or like they're such a bad person for doing such and such, right? And we kind of need this good and bad because it balances the world, okay? If we were all perfect, we wouldn't really need a God, and that's why we aren't perfect, okay? God created us in our own image. He put us on this planet so we can like give our gift, create, and like maybe we're actually a part God. Like I genuinely believe like God might be living inside of me, and like, I just genuinely believe that God lives inside of me, stuff like that. And I gain all the power back. I can actually manifest and create the life I generally want to. And I think it's very crucial and very important for that, right? So like deep breathing and relaxing like made me see all this stuff and like open my eyes and like actually see things for how they are. And then eventually I get to the state where like I had to pee because like I drunk like some water beforehand, right? No, I'm I have to go pee, and I'm like, I'm over by my work, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Like I'm like, okay, what if I just go pee at my work? Because like I would feel comfortable peeing at my work, you know. So I climbed down the sketchy ass ladder. Um, Loki, it wasn't that bad. It was kind of easy, especially if you're not overthinking it. And I get down, I get all the way to down. I grab my water. I'm walking to the thing, and I'm like, okay. I call my manager up. She didn't answer, and I thought she was taking like lane one and cash and stuff. So like, what I do was to I walked through the drive-through because like there was cars and stuff. Okay, like there's a car, they go by, and then like I walk through and I walk in front of the intercom, and I was gonna be like, "Hey, can you open the door? It's Zach or some shit, right?" And like nobody answered. I was like, you know what? Like, cause like I know the beeping sound kind of gets annoying and stuff. Like they're probably stressed. They're probably busy doing something right now. Because they have orders. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just walk to the the first window. Okay, I walk to the first window. Like I'm not really insecure. I don't really care. Okay, um it's the new girl, and I'm knocking on the window. As I'm knocking on the window, like I start off light, right? And then like I'm the more I like tap, I get louder over time so she can hear me. She looks at the window, she sees me, and then like she's like, "Oh, you scared the shit out of me." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, can you like come open the front door?" I called Anna, but like she didn't answer. And she's like, "Yeah, I got you, one moment." So I walk all the way back to the front. I'm like, "Oh shit." She probably thinks I'm weird, but like, maybe doing something like maybe my intuition actually helped me like with something like that, right? Like they're gonna think about me way more. Like just random people are just gonna think like my coworkers are gonna think about me way more, and they'd be like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Like, why is he doing this shit?" Right? Like, who thinks of something like that, right? Other than me. I'm just like, there's multiple people who can think of it like that, right? But I just walk. I go inside, and they're like, "Mijo, what are you doing?" Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I just had to pee. And she's like, "Oh, you called me?" I was like, "Yeah, I called you to come open the doors. Like, I just gotta go pee." So I go pee, and I'm drinking my water, and like I'm peeing in the restroom. I'm looking at myself, like I kind of flex my abs. I'm just like feeling myself. I'm like, oh shit. And like the more you relax, the more your abs pop out. So I don't even be working out like that anymore. Like I used to be like a bodybuilder or some shit, but like now I'm just like chilling. And my abs naturally just start to pop out more. My chest starts to naturally pop out more. It kind of makes it look where I look way more muscular than I actually am. And that's a good thing, right? I'm gonna attract more girls because of it. I'm gonna actually get more attention because of it, and so on. Okay. So I'm just in the mirror looking, and then I go out. I feel good, right? Because I just peed. I finish my water because I'm like, okay, let me hydrate. Go throw it away, and I think about going to say bye to them because they did technically just what's it called, open the door for me, and like I'm grateful for that, right? But I was like, you know what, it might be more mysterious, or like I might have more aura if I just walk out without saying anything, you know and they're gonna be like, oh, why didn't you say bye? Or like it might make them mad or upset, but either way they're thinking about me, right? And that's what a good seducer does. Okay. So I walk out. I'm just walking. I'm vibing. Okay, I'm just walking down the street. Just minding my business. And then I had to cross the street. I was waiting for this car, see if they're going. I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm going. Across the street two times. Um, there's like this dentist place or some shit. Like I was gonna go back up where I came from, like the exact same route, but I was like, you know what? I kind of don't want to do that, so I did it. Okay, so I take the back side of like all these businesses. I actually went behind my dentist, and as I turn the corner, there's a fucking turkey. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is there a turkey here? And it's like not even November or some shit. Hashtag I'm a turkey baby. My birthday's on November 25th. If y'all didn't know, or even if y'all don't, even if y'all care, I don't think y'all care. But I'm just playing. But I did see the turkey. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm gonna play the video like right now. I really can't see him, but there's like a turkey over there. I'm just walking home. Okay, a peaceful walk though. Look at this grass. I don't think you can see it in the video, but it's kind of like low droplets. It's really nice. Very cool. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna assume you're back from the video, and and yeah, what's it called? Okay, yeah, so I'm walking, I keep on walking, and then eventually I go to like this back part where it's kind of like a cave, like a sewer drain thing, but I don't know how to describe it. But there's another video of just me walking there, and I'm just relaxing a little bit more, way more deeply and stuff like that. And then eventually, or I'm gonna play the video right now. Okay. Low key just walking along the side of this. It's kind of lopsided. This is straight. This is. I'm genuinely walking. Spooky. Not good, it's not spooky. It's actually chill, kind of. Just sitting here, breathing and thinking. Low-key, low-key working. Okay, you're back. Woof. That's eventually I get back to what's it called? Fuck. Okay, I go back. Oh yeah, okay. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to relax my body in the entire time, like my entire body tonight, I want it to be someplace I wanted to go. Okay, so I was like, let me go walk to the park and go swing because I wanted to go swing again. Okay, it's a long walk. I'm relaxing way more, way more. I actually pick up some trash in the road because they're doing construction over in like the neighborhoods, like the neighborhood and stuff. And like I saw some trash on the road. I was like, okay. I didn't get to put it in a dumpster though, but like I put it somewhere where like somebody is gonna pick it up. Okay. I didn't. There was no dumpster or anything like that. I would have done it, but there's no dumpster nearby or like trash cans and yeah. But I'm walking. I get to the park. I'm swinging. I'm relaxing. I'm like swinging while I'm deep breathing, and I'm looking at the sky, looking at the stars and so on. And it just like, um, you know. And then eventually, I go lay back down in the grass, and I'm like deep breathing, relaxing way more. And I don't know. I kind of have the same experience, but like a little bit deeper. Like I go a little bit deeper, just relax way more. My consciousness expands way more, and then eventually, like I have to go pee again. Like I don't think I said this in like the part one, like the first part, but the first time like I relaxed and then like when I was walking back I had to go pee beforehand, and this time I was more comfortable, like more relaxed peeing. I wasn't really insecure, like really in my head about peeing out in public because it's nighttime, no one's out, anything like that. And like I was hidden enough to go pee. Okay, so I do that, I go walk back to my house, I enjoy myself, I'm relaxing way more. And yeah, that's kind of about it. But I'm telling you, there is like some life changing stuff with relaxing and breathing way deeper. Okay, you're actually gonna get better with girls, better with like anybody. If you're a girl, guy, any of the sort, like your life is just gonna improve without you even in trying, because like you're just gonna listen to what you have to say. You're gonna trust yourself so much, and you go through with it. And once you align your thoughts with your body, you basically are him. You basically are creating the life right then and there. Okay. Notice how like in the scenario where like I thought of going to go pee in the my where I work at, right? Or like me actually going to my work to go get some water and then going to the roof. I thought of it before that actually happened. Okay, that is manifesting right then and there. Okay, like I believed it to be true, so I did. Okay, I'm not overthinking about it, I'm not stressing about it, it just happens and it happens. Okay, that's something that you need to learn, and that's something that, well, you don't need to learn, but you're going to learn when you relax enough and like you're more rational and calm down. Okay. I think that's about it. Thank y'all for listening. Loki, your Chad, just for listening to the stories. Hopefully I helped y'all, because that's probably one of the best advice I have said in like a really long time. And like I haven't wasn't rushing, and I think it might actually make a really big impact for a lot of people out here. Okay. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe, share it to your friends so they know how to like get better with girls, relax more, so or so on. Okay. Even if you're a girl, share it with some of your girlfriends or some shit. Okay. And this has nothing to do with breathing or anything like that, but if you do struggle with girls or anything like that, I do have a paid community where you can join, where like I can coach you and like guide you to a better life, help you with seductions, or like say you're in the middle of like trying to get this girl's number or anything like that, but you kind of suck at getting girls in the first place. Literally, I have a step by step from choosing the right person all the way to like the aftermath where you can like restart, or like you can continue the seduction because you kind of have to re-seduce somebody over and over again for you to basically be in a relationship. Okay, and I basically go through everything, the crystallizing process, like everything in between and so on. Okay, if you're interested in that, it's basically psychology, and I give you like some really good maneuvers that like are going to help you be more mysterious, more charismatic, more you stand out compared to all the other guys who are trying to get at the same girl. Because I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of guys who are gonna go after your girl, and it's not to like make you insecure or anything like that, right? Because you should feel like you are seducing your girl enough, like, giving her like what she likes, or like, a really good seducer is like figuring out what they need right then and there and giving it to them, and they're gonna be way more happy, way more satisfied. But also, you know how to play with like emotions and like make them feel bad, also to make them feel good. Using psychology to like get what you want, but also like they're gonna enjoy it, they're gonna fall in love with you. And I'm telling you, like, I had multiple girls fall in love with me without like actually going fully in and like seducing them. Okay, that's just like me. Bro, I was gonna say that's me just using 1% of my power. Well, I didn't mean to. That's kind of what I meant. Like, I don't mean to make these girls fall in love with me, but like it just happens. But yeah, if you're interested, that like the paid community where you can get all that, and then also coaching from me, like advice from me personally, and like I can help you with your thing. There's gonna be a link in the description where you can go it what's it called, where you can go buy it and just join it if you want to. It's only $60 a month, and low key, I think that's so much value compared to like I could have probably had people pay like $500 or like $1,000 just for the information alone, but I'm giving it to you for like $60, and like you get to join the community and also get like coaching from me. So that's kind of like some Chad type shit. Okay, um, I think that's about it. I don't know. I'm a weirdo, but I don't want to be like anyone else. So um, I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Be safe and don't die, because how y'all gonna watch my videos? No, I'm just playing. I don't care. I don't care if you watch my videos, okay? If this is the last video you watch, so be it, okay? But I'm here to help no matter what. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I feel like I'm gonna post like way more ball knowledge now, because like I'm more relaxed, more rational, and so on. And it's actually gonna give you advice to help you with girls or power or like business or any of the stuff like that. And I'm telling you, your life is gonna go straight up. And yeah, that's about it. And it's free. Like, what? You didn't even have to pay for all this information. I should have probably charged people for this information, but I don't do it. Okay. Y'all guys, oh wait, y'all guys have a great night. I love y'all. Y'all guys for sure be safe, and y'all stay tuned for the next one. Bye.